Hey, Steph, Annie Costable, Front Office Sports. I know you said you haven't had a discussion about this weekend, but we obviously know, just based on what she said, how excited she was for this weekend. So what's the balance or what's the emphasis on long-term health over excitement over this weekend? What conversations have you had regarding that?
We haven't had any yet, honestly. The most important thing for me was just making sure that she was okay. Anybody who's been injured, as most of us have, right? It's being injured and continuing to have setbacks is frustrating. Mentally, emotionally, oftentimes being injured is isolating. From my standpoint, the primary conversations that we've had last night and today are just checking in. Are you good? How can we help? We're going to continue to stay the course. We've got you. We're supporting you. Caitlin and her team will make decisions when it comes to All-Star. And for me, it's a big deal for us to have All-Star in Indianapolis. And of course, with Caitlin being a focal point of all of that. As the coach of the Indiana Fever, it's not a bigger deal than our long-term season. But it's also part of the fun. Those are conversations that Caitlin will have with her group. I probably won't be a part of those, but we're going to support her no matter what.
And then just quickly, listed as questionable earlier today, what changed regarding going from questionable to
just the imaging that she was able to get this afternoon.
Hi, Barbara Barker from Newsday. I just wanted to ask you, you went over very well, just how frustrating, and anyone who saw, the game last night was heartbreaking in a way. How much is the physicality that she has to face on a nightly basis? This is not a direct result of that, but having to face that all the time, how hard is that for her to deal with when an injury happens like that?
It is tough. Certainly someone who has the ball in her hands as much as Caitlin, the physicality that she's experiencing for 40 minutes, it causes you to load differently, causes you to explode differently, it causes you to accelerate and decelerate differently. It's not the free-flowing movement that we want to see when it comes to freedom of movement. And I think all of those things, at times, while it might not be one blow or another, over time can contribute to that. That's why freedom of movement is a huge emphasis from our coach's standpoint when we have conversations at the league level. So can you point it out to one thing or the other? No, but I do think the physicality with which teams are able to play with her is a factor.